What if there are in the game maybe more simpler ways of going through the air, like gliders? You know, those air
Oh
gliders or
yeah,
whatnot.
okay, hand gliders.
Or a
Or
cannon or a catapult.
I get what you're
or
talking about.
maybe or maybe it's also linked to parachutes.
I was
You
gonna
don't
say
really
that
have
too.
you don't really need to have a plane to jump with the parachute, you know. Find a high enough tower or some kind of a mountain slope or something, and you can use a parachute.
Oh,
And that might
please,
also
please,
affect.
please, devs, put in a squirrel suit.
A what suit?
Syntax knows what I'm talking about. It's called a squirrel suit.
Oh,
It's,
okay. I got it.
it
Oh,
lets
no,
you
no, no, no,
glide
no.
in the air with
I
any
didn't
kind of...
know what.
Oh, no?
I literally thought you meant a bloody scroll costume, and now it got to my head what you meant.
Oh my god.
And
Oh, no.
awesome.
Let's
It's
hope
one
not.
of those.
Hilarious if they
No, no,
implement.
no, 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 slave.
What?
It's one of the. Have you played Far Cry
Yeah.
4? I think it was.
It's the
The
wing
glider
suit.
suit.
The wing
Yeah,
suit.
wingsuit. Yeah, that's it. Scroll suit.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
know-
guys, do you know? Because that Scum is going to be around 20 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. We can actually move straight past that then, because just wanted to fill it out and let you guys know. Also, do you think the wingsuit should be added? And do you think it will be added? Like, what do you think is the chances of it actually being added into the game?
I seriously doubt it.
I kind of do as well.
I mean, I don't doubt it. I mean, I believe that there's quite a good chance for it. Not great chance, but a good chance for it, because after they implement all the important stuff and all the basic stuff that they plan to have in the game for release, like the actual release of the finished product,
Yeah.
I mean, it's an online game. You need to have more content added even after it's finished release. So who knows? Maybe at that point, maybe.
Okay.
But for EA, no.
I don't think right now. I think it will be maybe after the game's released, like fully
Yeah.
released, that they add in something like that. But who knows? It could be added early on because they said that they could extend it. Other than it being early access, Syntax, if you don't already know, I'll bring it up again, is it's going to be at least 1 year. So they do have time if they wanted to add it.
Yeah, I know. I heard it's basically changeable depending on what they decide to, what mechanics or items or whatnot they intend to change, or even add completely new stuff. So yeah, the 1 year is more of a baseline or something.
I also have the complete confirmed way of how clans are going to work, or recruiting and all of that. Basically, just so you go over it, and then for anyone watching, you'll be able to hear it again, is how this is going to work is you're going to walk up to somebody, you're going to be able to recruit any person you meet. It's obviously going to be done based on your intelligence, so how high your intelligence is going to determine how many people you can have. Now also keep in mind that while going on your intelligence, if you have any illness or disease affecting your intelligence, or something that's debuffing it, you will actually have to let go people in your clan. You won't be able to just keep them.
Are you basically talking about teams?
Yep.
Or
Do we have any confirmation on, like, team cap at a maximum intel kind of thing?
Not that I know of yet, but basically, I believe it's 8 because that's what I ended up saying before. But it obviously could change, and obviously, like whatever your your max intelligence is could determine. Like maybe like every level you get like 1 or maybe 2 or something like that. So at the end you have a max of 10. It might make sense. So pretty much if the person agrees, you're both going to get ranks. The person who brought the person in is obviously going to be the main rank, the higher rank. The second person is going to have the lower rank, and then with each person that comes in, it's going to follow just like that. So the ranking system will be pyramidal. And then
Do we have confirmation of how many different ranks there will be available for teams?
The ranks, I'm assuming, isn't an actual like thug rank, gangster rank. It's mainly probably just going to be one, like leader, second in command, like at best if it says that, and then like 2, 3, 4. It's probably literally going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, or like something along the lines of that. I don't think they're literally going to go into thug boss, crime lord, overlord, etc. Like things like that. I don't think they're gonna be like that. At least not at the very beginning. I think it's gonna be very basic, like I said, how everything's gonna be basically implemented into the game at the lowest level before improving onto it.
Well, I think that it's gonna be in such a way that as soon as somebody goes offline, they automatically leave the team. So
I disagree on that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be.
Yeah, we actually did go over that. I believe Kag said the same thing, didn't he, Chaotic Rob?
Yeah, the other day. If I'm
he
not
was
mistaken.
talking about how I think he was actually saying he would like that, or he thought that maybe that would be cool if it happened. However, I know Chaotic Rob and I both disagreed on this because if say the leader leaves, the example I used was say the leader leaves and then it moves to the next person in power, and then the second in command leaves because the first and the second are most likely going to be buddy. And then say the third one now has control over the team while the others are gone, and he just decides to kick whoever he wants. Like there's got to be something something to impact it, But the thing is,
maybe...
like, sure you could do that, but the thing is I think it's very, very, very unlikely they're gonna give power to someone lower because say you, like anyone in the team, like you could just brought somebody in, brand fresh new to the team, and then all left for the day, and he could be the last one on and just be like, well, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff, and this is actually a form of griefing that you can do in certain other games.
Well,
especially if you've got people in different time zones on at different times during the day.
Well, there's a simple solution for that. I mean, at least I like to think that the teams are temporary, not a
No, the
permanent
teams
thing.
are designed as
Yep.
long term.
You might have missed
clans
this.
or a guild or something like that.
You
within
might
MMO.
have missed it because I think we went over all this yesterday, right, Rob? I don't think we went over like this
Yeah,
was
it
all
yesterday
basically.
with Keg.
Yeah, basically what this is it's going to be designed to have two major teams that are running the server, and then the rest of the people in the game world are going to be running around trying to survive, avoiding these two teams. Because what they wanted is they wanted to avoid situations like in Ark where one team would be the biggest team and would be able to be the alpha and would be able to defeat everybody. And then with having that in place, they wanted to make it where there'd be kind of like a yin and yang. Like if there's going to be blue team is going to be the strongest, they want another force that's going to be able to counteract it. So not one team could be the strongest. I literally believe because of how they explained it, it looked like they were saying that they're designing the world as well to have this implemented. So there's going to be, I am going to assume right now, there's going to be two big places, and I mean like really big places to hold the biggest clans. And they're probably going to be on the opposite side of the map too. And then that's where most likely the biggest clans are going to go, because if you're the biggest clan, you're going to want a big place to be able to fortify, hold, and then to be able to show. Yeah. So pretty much that's what's probably going to happen in that outside survival world. And everybody else who isn't in those big clans is going to go around, they're just going to try to do their own thing, and they'll probably find out where these clans are and then decide to avoid them if they can or as best as they can.
But implying on that would mean that there can be only two teams on the server.
Nope, you can have more teams. It's just they want the how do you say it? The hierarchy in a server. Is that what I'm going for? It's like kind of like a community. It's like a community thing. I'll have to think of it. It's basically they want two teams to be the alpha, not just one, and then everybody else to go there. Obviously, anyone down below can actually build up and then take over another team or destroy them, etc. It's just, it makes it a little bit more even, like in terms, like I said, with Ark Survival Evolved, there's generally only one person who's always at the top. There's not two that are constantly fighting each other. Was that a sign?
Do you have something on your arm, maybe?
I have a sticker.
Yeah.
I have a sticker. Okay, but yeah, basically that's what I think what they're trying to do with that, and also, going on that before I continue that actually, is going to be team battles. So, and by how Chaotic Rob and I read it, it doesn't look like you're going to have much choice in participating. It looks like you might actually be forced to participate in these.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
And then also, but I mean, obviously to take that with a grain of salt, because maybe you're not going to be, and you actually get to choose. But also, two more facts to put in is that whoever is the leader of the clan, or team, is going to have a significant head value. So if anyone kills that team leader, they're going to get a significant boost in fame.
So what, basically you can gather up 16 of your friends, make two teams, and kill each other for fame?
I mean, if you want to, yeah. I'm assuming you could, but there might be something that we could implement
there
to
has to-
battle that.
There's gonna have to be something that prevents exploiting that.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I mean, there's actually a lot of exploits that we could probably come up with. Like, maybe actually, for another video idea, we could think up of as many exploits as we can and talk about them.
Oh, that'd be
That
interesting.
makes sense.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
think about, like, any way we could exploit. Because I actually got a few, but, going on that, also, it's actually confirmed
I
how you're
think
going to
it-
deal with taking over a clan. Say you're in the middle of a clan, like, say Syntax, for example, I become a clan leader of our clan, and you're like, you know what, I don't want him running this anymore. Now, it's actually confirmed to be a fist fight that deals with this. You fist
Oh,
fight,
nice.
and then after the fist fight, I think it's like, I don't know how they're going to judge, like, who wins. Like, maybe there's, like, a tracker, and whoever gets knocked out, the game automatically recognizes who won or something like that. I just know it will be a fist fight. And I'm assuming that the player will still stay in the clan, or maybe they will be banished. I might be able to go more into it later on as I continue down this clan list that I have. But pretty much, like I said, I already explained how the lower ranked would be able to challenge number 2, and then 2 would be able to challenge number 1. But right now, it actually says that lower ranked characters can challenge higher ranked characters to take his or her position. Only one level higher. So that means it's not how I described it in the previous videos, where it's second can challenge 1, but anyone can challenge 2. It's you can only challenge the person directly above you.
In a rank directly above you, yeah.
Yeah, in your clan, you can only challenge whoever is directly above you. And then the winner's determined, like I said, a hand-to-hand combat for now, they say. So obviously there's going to be new ways that they'll probably implement what you can do. If the challenger... Oh, sorry.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine.
It kind of doesn't seem fair to have it as a fist fight. So if somebody has a intelligence and per se dexterity based character, because that would be decent for whatever the hell, they are basically at a disadvantage and will probably be at the lowest tiers for a long ass time.
I think
I
what...
think it should be-
But keep in mind, somebody with a dex, if they become leader, they might not have high intel, and as such, they might have to boot a lot of people from their group.
And not only that, if... let's just assume
I
this
said,
happens.
I literally said if somebody has high intelligence and dexterity but is shitty at endurance and strength, I doubt they would be much in a fist fight.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing where it can I can counter that, pretty much is what I'm saying. And you're really making your character how you want. So if you don't like playing with whoever it is, say anymore, like say for instance you're just tired of me being the leader, you hate it, you hate me, you want to take it from me, etc. But say that happens, and say like I'm the one built with strength and you're the one built with dex, and so like I can confirm for a fact that if I hit you it's going to deal damage, and you're worried about how to fight. Is either A, you dodge, or B, it's the fact of you could have just made a character who was different, or you could have trained your character to be a little bit better in this area. Like, it's not really unfair, because how you make your character is your choice at the very beginning. If you foresee you ever being in these types of events, you'll actually have to plan for it, obviously, if you think this would ever happen. Which I think comes into the terms of A, you get to create your character, so that explains that away. B, just because you're the strongest character in the group doesn't mean you're going to win the fight, because for instance, if somebody has a max dex, they could be faster than you. Or say constitution, they could have more endurance than you in a fight. And then 3, I think that really comes into this, and this is the most important, is you really want to plan who you're going to have in your clan. Because you don't want to join a clan if you think you're ever going to get in a fight or try to take a spot from somebody. You want to go into a clan where you really don't care who the leader is, unless you specifically yourself have a leader complex and want to be the leader. I mean, other than that, yeah.
Just keep in mind, if you do have the leader complex, you want to make sure that you're going to have high intel. Otherwise, you're only going to have a small group at maximum.
It could be interesting to see if somebody tries to make a bandit type of a group.
Oh, let's do it! Let's do it! Let's do it! Let's do it! Let's do it!
Where they constantly...
Raider group.
Yeah, you know, like in Fallout 4, for instance,
Yeah.
where they constantly fight amongst each others and shit like that. That would be quite an interesting way. I
Can
think.
we be the reader group?
The Raider group. I'm just gonna add one thing. I've got somebody here in my chat called Freefall Fries. With the whole succession thing and beating the leader to take his place, they added it should be a game of rock, paper, scissors, and if that fails, move into a fist fight.
Well, they did say for now it would just be a fist fight, so they could definitely add some other things. Let's hope, and I'm just saying, let's hope that you can actually execute them at some point. It's my clan now.
Get on the line.
You can basically do that anytime because there's no.
Well, yeah, there's no friendly fire, so you could technically, but I mean, like, actually, like, have like an execution animation, like, walk up to them, and be like.
I think there will be something like that sooner or later, but what I wanted to say, I mean, the fist fight, it's good thematically because you're all prisoners. It's.
There you go, just for you. I don't like that, but I did it for you, Tim Bruslick. Sorry, I was told to dab for a raid.
So thematically, this fights,
there we go, we're good. Continue.
Okay, continue, Syntax.
He's just questioning his life right now. Okay.
As I tried to say for 4 times by now, for fuck's sake. Thematically, fist fights go good with prisoners, and basically we are all prisoners. But I think the first way would be if there was something of a vote, basically.
I think yeah, that would be good for like having a fair way where everybody can be like, okay, this is who I want as a leader.
Well, yeah, I have a feeling the leader can step down at any point that they
well,
want.
No. Like he's saying, like
would now become the leader.
He's saying like instead of resorting to violence, also have the choice to where you can just vote. So you don't have to resort to violence running your clan, but you can have it to where everybody can vote who they want to be the leader. Which that could be for the more diplomacy.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be a situation where it depends on the leader.
Diplomatic, guys. That's what it is. I think that they should have it both ways, because there will be people who are better at being diplomatic, and there's going to be people who are better at running things through force. And this gives you a way to run things through force for the people who want to try that. So I think it should have both.
Or if you cannot settle it by a vote, because let's say everybody gets, both parties get a same amount of votes or whatever the hell, then you resort to a fist fight.
Yeah. Or like I said, in the middle of the night, when they're all alone, cutting down that bush, and you just happen to file that one knife for this specific occasion because the results didn't go the way you wanted. And you stealth up to them. And you just, should have listened to me.
You already know my plan.
Yeah, you just give me a good idea.
Yeah. I have to watch my back.
I mean, you guys are the guys with the intelligence, so.
No. Screw intelligence now. You can be the leader. You can be the leader because, then if you die. No, then if you die. I'm not the one at fault for giving the people a bunch of fame points. It's you.
Strength and endurance.
There you go. See? You're the strongest member here. You have to be the leader. I will put it into intelligence. I will put my awareness up as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
If I'm the leader, we can have, 3 people in? Intelligence 0. That's the problem.
Okay, if we ever go into a role-playing server, just cutting it right here before we go on to the next fact and continue this, is if we ever role-play and you make a strength character build, you have to actually act and sound dumb.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger it is.
Pretty much. Okay, so moving on from this, of course, the intelligence factor. Clans, the more intelligent characters obviously have to be on the top. But usually these characters will be easier to remove from command by using force, like you said, Syntax. To keep them strong and balanced, all players will have to be team players and take their roles accordingly. Now, it says roles, but I don't think right now there's actually going to be given roles. I think that's going to be based on, like, whoever's in the team. They're all just going to decide, okay, you're better at doing this, so you stick to doing this, etc. I think it's more going to be like that for now. I don't think they're actually going to be able to assign roles yet, but I think that would be a cool feature, kind of like when you open your clan roster, you could see, like, who's assigned to cook, who's assigned to medic, like, kind of like that. Do you think that'd be a pretty cool feature?
Well, that'd be interesting.
Because at least if somebody new joins, they know who they have to ask for any kind
Yeah.
of specific help you need.
Yeah, you won't have to actually walk around to like every single person like, can you heal me? Can you heal
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Can you heal me? It's like, we can't heal you.
Yeah,
I
I think that
can.
would actually be a good idea.
Yeah, going over
I
that.
don't want to.
Yeah, it said that the two teams that they wanted to have at least 2 major factions. So it's not limited to just 2 major factions, apparently. They want to at least have 2, though. And their ideas for other players to survive around this. And then these majors, let's call them alphas, just for the hell of it, these teams will have to fight amongst each other for food, fuel, and other resources. And I'm assuming the fuel and all that is because they're going to be the ones taking over the structures that require the generator, and then fuel for the generator, and then mending the walls. These big structures that are there. And not only that, remember this, since they'll be taking this, they're also going to be under attack by AI and players alike in these places. So it's kind of a way to counter them being able to hold these places as well.
Well, I think it's gonna be basically hell to keep the main base. And,
Especially if you go for one of those big ones.
yeah, and I
Okay.
think
But what if the main base is where you want our base to be? Like, what if we go there and that's one of the main bases? Are we gonna have to take it because you want to go to that place?
if the biggest damn base in
Yeah,
existence
let's just say it's there.
has SWAT, smiles, puppies, a shit ton of other players. They all form a faction against us. I don't bloody care. We're going to Prigoria.
It doesn't matter if this is the biggest place. Sits there, okay, that's definitely the biggest. I can see at least 5 sentries, a horde of puppets, and definitely, is that a
Puppies.
minigun on the wall that's mounted and then somebody's using it? It doesn't matter.
Oh, look!
We're going.
Charge!
Oh look, Chaotic Rob decided to run down the hill ahead of everybody else.
In the
Okay.
opposite direction, might I add.
I actually have a reply to Brussels. Says, I'm gonna start up a Scum hiking club. Want to join? You're gonna have to give me more information on what exactly that's gonna be, unless you literally mean you're gonna actually gather up with people in a server and hike on the mountains. Because, I mean, that's what it
Oh,
sounds
okay.
like, but...
Either
If so-
Sniping club.
No, hiking club. But if so, if that's really what it is, I mean, as long as you're in the same server, and, you know, it's not a hiking club of Doom, like some failed piloting scheme we had going, yeah, I don't mind occasionally going for the hike. I don't think it's going to be something I do a lot, because I'm probably going to be more worried about my character than my base, but that will probably be my main concerns, and then whoever my teammates are. And then after that, I will do like other things like that. If we can get other people, I think that could be fun. We could all chat as we're going down, and then hopefully not run to a sentry. But I think that would be fun.
All
what
I
about
gotta
you
say
guys?
with that, is be careful to not choose the same route over and over again. Otherwise, it'll be way too easy for the other players to predict your route, and
Honestly-
they can sneak up on you and kill you while you're doing your little run.
Hell, anybody in the group of the hiking group could just decide one day, you know what, today's the day I'm going to take a pistol, and I'm going to end that fool. I'm gonna end, and it could be like anyone in the hiking group. They could just sit there and be like, you know what, Jerry, he's been bugging me. He always talks about this on our hiking group. It's time to take this guy out. It could happen. Activities include walking, hiking, and killing all that get in our way. Oh, okay, that escalated a little bit quickly. Basically, are you guys interested in joining this hiking group? I know I personally, if I have time, wouldn't mind going on this again if we were in the same server. I like the second part of this hiking group.
Although it does put a target on your back, so I'd be careful with that if I were you.
I mean,
Indeed.
you are in a group of people, and let's say that these people make a truce while they're using the hiking group, because, you know, they're like, oh, we want to better our characters, so we're going to go jogging all together. And then we're going to bring weapons, you know, to defend ourselves. And then imagine, like, one person, like, seeing only one of them, because, you know, the awareness, and they shoot. And then all of a sudden, people, like, start appearing, sprinting down the hill at them with guns and spears and or bows and stuff, and, like, they're outnumbered now. Like, can you imagine shooting at somebody and that happening to you? Like, you gotta think at the same time, like, just because you could be surprise attacked doesn't mean it's gonna go the way you think. There could be a lot more people with whoever it is that you're watching than you initially thought, because your awareness skill determines what you actually see. So you may see 2 to 3 people, but for instance, there might be 12.
So imagine making a lure character player.
What do you mean?
So basically, you literally one of us in the group makes a character that has 0 sneaking, 0 dexterity,
Okay.
and he is meant to be visible as
Oh
much
my
as
God.
possible
Okay.
to attract other players.
So he's
And the
got
rest-
high endurance so that he can run around and run
Yeah.
very fast.
So a scout.
But he's got no stealth and no awareness, so he's just like a chicken running blind.
He's literally a lure for other players. He makes the other players give up their position. So the
I don't know
rest
about
of
you
his
guys,
team
but I
can
think we
attack
should
him.
make Keg that
I
person.
could do good.
We should make Ice that person before he introduces Ice Air.
So as we go on here, since I mean we have really gone over a lot, and I mean a lot of facts, why don't we kind of move this a little bit away from some facts and then think, what do you think are going to be the most interesting way you can make a character for this game so far, based on what we know?
Huh?
Do you
The
agree
human
with
lure?
me? No, I mean, like, how do you think is the best way, like, character-wise? Like, for instance, you could be an assassin. Say, you could play the game solo, you could build up your stealth to, like, max, and then you could also do whatever else you need in order to make sure that you won't be heard or seen or tracked or anything. Get a knife or a certain gun or something, and then you'll be able to stealth your way into, like, clans. Like, you can, like, maybe, like, eventually
So
get to the
you're-
point where somebody could pay you fan points or give you a certain gear for completing a task by taking out a certain person for them. Like, that's a very viable thing that you will actually be able to do because of this. Or steal something from them and give it to another clan, like, or maybe just be a hunter, or like you said, maybe just be a trader. Things like this. What do you think would be the most interesting way or type of character you think could appear in Scum?
That's kind of hard to even answer because everybody has different priorities, different visions, different ways or whatnot of what's fun to them, what's best for them. For me, as I said, I'd like to be able to roleplay as a trader. One day when radios or radio transceivers or whatnot in the game, I'd like to try to make a in-game radio station. And also, I like hoarding. I basically want to be the big guy that can hoard a shit ton of items, you know? So that's kind of hard to answer since everybody is different. really.
I think for me, if I ever saw somebody who, like, for instance, say you became a trader and we weren't in a group. If I ever saw a trader, like, who was effectively trying to be a real trader in the game, not just saying they were a trader and, you know, not doing it, but actually trying to be a trader, or somebody actually strictly only hunting, or somebody only, like, doing, like, finding ingredients to cook and not, like, caring about certain parts of the game, that would be very interesting to me. I wouldn't actually do it because I like all the various implements to the game. But if somebody else did it, that would be something that I myself would find unique because I don't do that myself. Because I know how I'm going to want to play. I know how I want my character. And when I get there, obviously it might change depending on what I do. But to see, like, another person play a specific way, like, I would be super shocked. Like I said, say somebody only applied themselves to assassinating certain players. To going down and killing people and sneaking in a base, killing one person and leaving, even if they could kill the other people. Like, kind of like unique characters in this world. I'm curious as to who's really going to be the unique character. What's the most unique character I'm going to see while playing Scum? In terms of whoever it is. Just, I want to see who will surprise me the most, I guess, with their character stats, development, and how effectively they use it and what they use it for, is something I'm excited about learning.
Oh my god, I just thought of something hilarious. What if somebody makes a character with quite literally, intentionally, making their character with the lowest attributes possible?
Can you
Not
do
putting
that?
any points in your attributes and just hitting launch.
Do you think that's a thing you'll be able to do? Like, do you think you'll actually be able to hit one on all of them and then hit go?
Be
No, no.
interesting if you could.
I mean, they said themselves that it's gonna be a unique character for everybody, so that would make it easier to achieve. And
Do you
as
think?
for the rest,
Oh no, go. It's okay.
you said it's basically role playing.
Do you think
Guys,
the guys
I
who?
just figured out how to make a Hodor.
Oh god. Do you guys think that people who do the 1-1-1-1? I personally think that anyone who puts their character at the lowest stats is going to be only the hardcore players. Like the people who want the hardest way to play this game. Because, I mean, I personally, I wouldn't mind doing it if I was going to try to make the game harder and try to make it harder for me to level up. But at the same time, I'm going to want to put my stuff into stats. Like, I don't think too many people are going to want to put all their stuff to 1 and then hit start if they can, you know?
I think for the most part, either really, really hardcore people or trolls, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, if they make a character and they just go around doing whatever they want? Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So, I mean, effectively, they could do the same thing, like, say, Arc, and just make a character with, like, say, 3 Constitution, 3 Strength, and whatever one gives them a decent amount of stamina, and then also a decent amount of strength, and then just build a club and go around hitting people. They could do that.
Yeah, I could see that happening quite a bit,
Yeah.
especially early on.
One thing, actually, now that I think about it, is, I like how... What?
I have an idea.
What is it?
We all start with 1-1-1-1.
Oh, fuck.
And
God damn.
we either find other players or a bear and see who survives the longest.
We're gonna fight a bear?
Yep.
Wow.
Wait.
you
One-
are
Do we get to
freaking-
run from the bear, or do we have to actually fight the bear?
Fight. What's
Like,
the,
all
what's
at
the point
once?
in running?
Okay, so
Yeah.
all
Okay.
of us with
Okay, fine.
1-1-1-1 and spears.
Okay,
And so
guys.
let's see who survives the longest or who manages to take down.
Okay, that's if we can craft spears being at a 1-1-1-1. We might have to use our fists, and our stamina's gonna be crap. Everything's gonna be crap, but you know what? If you guys want to do it, that's what we're doing. Day 1, when this comes out, we're fighting a bear. That's what's happening.
Will bears
Oh
be?
my God.
And they won.
I don't know. I mean, I saw a bear. Actually, I saw a bear in
saw
a
also
video,
one.
but you know,
What
I'm
if
doing pretty
maybe
bad. If we make 1-1-1-1 in terms of attributes, have terrible skills, and we never find a bear, and this turns out to be our characters that we end up using as our mains because there's no bear, I will sit there, and I swear, one of the nights, when you're alone, Syntax, you will be looking at that window and be like, man, what a great view. Nothing, and absolutely nothing in this world can ever ruin this. I finally got my character to all 3s in stats. It took a while, but I'm ready. And I'll sit there and be like, God! I'm like, this is you. You made us this low.
Well, what we could do is have ourselves a little free-for-all competition if we don't manage to find a bear.
Or
Go
yeah,
off our 1-1-1-1s and
or we can
move
try
on
to find another
actual
player
characters
even
to play with.
Okay,
Or
so
even better.
we have to how long are we going to decide to chase after this illustrious bear, wherever it may be, before we decide to either A, just suicide run at anybody we see, or B, just attack each other until we're all dead? And then what happens to the last person? Is he just going to survive? Jump off a cliff?
Well, yeah.
Oh wait, with
Never.
the free-for-all competition, whoever dies first has to be the leader.
No!
They have to be the one with
I'm not
the
confident in my ability to fight in this! You know what? Actually, never mind. This is a little bit more fair, because I joked around with Chaotic Rob, and I was like, you know what? They're just gonna throw me and force me to be the leader again, because they're like, you're American. I'm like, yes. You speak English well. I'm like, yes. And then you guys just kind of nod your head at me, like, and you're like, well, I mean, there you go. And I'm like, well, okay, well, damn it, I hate you guys. But you know what? I'm a fan of this. This makes it easier. It's a little bit more fair.
Okay, guys, when we do the free-for-all, everybody go after Slave first.
Jesus! I'll just run away. I'll secretly put stats into endurance. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna have to share screens so that we all can see each other doing this, so we know nobody's
Exactly,
cheating.
yes. We have to be able to have screen share up when we all do character creation. Verify everybody's
I'm
stats.
just letting you know. I'm gonna secretly grab a rock and then smash somebody's face in. I think
Hey,
that's
in
the best way.
free-for-all, everything is free game once character creation is done.
We're gonna be so far behind other players. Because everybody's gonna be like, they're gonna hop in the game and be like, we're gonna have to get our character the best stuff ever. We're gonna have to find that gun or that food, and we're gonna be like, let's do it! Let's kill each other! Come on!
But it's gonna be a shit ton more fun than for those guys trying to grind everything.
Can you imagine just seeing one person sitting there, just like, okay, I put all my thing into stealth. I'm just gonna sneak through this forest, and all of a sudden they just hear proximity say, "Come on, what? You gotta punch! You gotta take this!" And just like 4 people like beating the crap out of each other. Or the bear.
Watching them run through the field.
Or imagine somebody coming across the earth and he sees 4 skinny dudes fighting a damn bear.
No. What's even worse? We can't fight the bear, so somebody's just walking through this field, and also they just hear. It's like everybody's just running across the field, bear chasing in hand. So can you imagine seeing that yourself?
It's so sad. We all have to run in opposite directions.
No, same direction, because I don't want it to chase me. What if it chooses to lock onto me?
Well, that's the point.
Oh god.
This is gonna be awesome. I mean, if you think about it, it's better we do it at the start itself than to later on have to waste time.
It's true. Also, this is a random fact that I'll throw out. You will actually be able to grow marijuana in the game.
Yes.
Just for everybody who cares. I personally don't really care that much, but it's a fact. You're also gonna...
Anything about variations, or...
No, you just will be able to.
Detail?
And Syntax, for you, you will be able to destroy drones in the game, and also it will net you high-quality resources that will allow you to craft high-tier things, as well as ammo. You'll be able to craft your own ammo in this. Just to let you know as well, just trying to keep you caught up with us. I'll have to send you the notes again after so that you can kind of see everything new, because we did go over quite a bit yesterday. Also, 24 hours in the game is 4 hours of day, 2 hours of night. There will be cars and bicycles eventually, apparently, so let's, get excited for the bicycles. Though that could just be a joke on their part when they were talking about ways to travel around. Though honestly, I'd like to think that they will add bicycles, because I like bicycles. And
I could
a
also
correction.
see them having one-seater ATVs as well.
One thing to mention to you, Syntax, so that you don't forget about this, is that the flaws that I had previously mentioned are actually just there for giggles. They're not really there to add any benefits right now.
And any benefits or penalties?
Oh yeah,
or
right
like
now.
that?
Yeah, so, and they actually don't have plans for implementing anything either, but they can if they want. It's literally just there for giggles.
It'd be interesting to add an actual penalty or whatnot.
That doesn't
I think
make
so.
big
Your
sense.
character creation.
That's how I think too. I mean, I feel like if it's implemented and they have flaws and crimes, that even if it doesn't give bonuses to certain stats or negatives, it should at the very least be a little bit serious when creating your character. But, that's just my own opinion. Other people might just like the game for the ridiculousness of certain things and try to do whatever's ridiculous and exploit the game in all ways. However, I will try to play it as seriously as possible, whether it's role-playing or having fun just, beating the crap out of each other or getting chased by a bear and obviously not winning because I don't think we're going to win in this occasion, so...
Well, we can always climb on top of a building if necessary.
I mean,
Ow. With that, I'll...
And then close the door so Sin can't.
You will be.
Slave can't follow us on top.
I will be ending my stream because I need to go to sleep soon.
That's actually perfectly fine. We can actually call it here, but before you do go, I'm actually just going to ask anybody here who is currently watching if you have any last-minute questions before we end the stream. And I'll give you kind of like a second before that, and while I do that, I'll actually just say thank you guys for watching. We all enjoy you guys stopping by. We like it when you guys ask questions for us that we can answer. We like being able to answer your questions. We really enjoy you guys following / subscribing to our YouTube channels if we have them. I do. They have Twitches. Either way, don't forget to follow all of us. Subscribe to all of us if you can, because we will have videos placed out. We will have more streams that are coming out, and we try to stream actually daily on Scum, all the way up until release, and we're probably going to, when the game comes out, stream the game itself, and kind of turn the podcast / talk that we do for Scum into a weekly thing and try to meet up then whenever we can. And if we can, we've definitely decided we will try even more than just once a week. But depending on work schedules and time zones and our pretty much, adult life, which is, great in the world, it will determine like how much we'll be able to do that. Because like I said, 90% of our time will be playing the game and streaming. I have nothing else to say other than answering Tim Broslick's question. Yes, who would win? Truth North or Magnetic North? I have no idea what this means.
Neither.
Do you guys? None of us know what you mean, Trimbalolic. I'm sorry. Could you rephrase that for us? I don't know if this is like a metaphor, or if this is like people or something. I don't know. I mean, I doubt it's people because it says magnetic in Truth North, but I don't know. Maybe I've heard weirder names for people. Do you guys have any questions we can answer in time?
It could be one of those weird psychological questions.
Oh, it could be. But do you guys have any questions that we can answer from your side while we wait?
Nothing on mine.
Okay, well then, as this goes, sure, if you were lost, what would you trust, the Magnetic North or the Truth North?
Magnetic North, easier to find.
Honestly, with me, if I was lost, it's really hard for me to get lost in a game because the way I remember games is if somebody tells me, okay, keep going straight, you'll eventually find something. Or, like, you have to go to, let's say, blank towers. Certain people will get that reference. I'll be like, okay, where do I go for that? But if I move through the world, I remember every step I'm taking. So, like, I start building the world in my mind, for instance. Like, if I see something, I'm going to remember where I've been. So, like, say I see that specific set of tree, rock, tree formation, I'm going to remember that exact formation. So if I'm running by it again, I'm like, oh, okay, I know where I am on the map. I'm more of a, I guess you'd say that's a visual thing, or is that photo... What is that? Is that photographic memory? What type of memory is that? I don't really know what that is.
Photographic memory, as far as I remember, was said to be unexisting.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a memory that allows me to picture where I've been in my mind and see it like pretty much a picture. And then
being able to visualize.
Yeah, I'm able to visualize everywhere I've been. So if I've been there before, I'll recognize it by seeing it. And also, who wins, Wawa or Sheets? No idea what that is either.
Neither. And
but yep. For now, we're actually going to be ending the stream now, and I hope you guys.
I've got one. Who wins, Slave or Syntax?
I don't know. But anyways, as I was saying, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys decide to actually follow all of us, subscribe to all of us, and I hope you guys stop by for the next stream, which we're going to do one tomorrow, or are you guys going to be there?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be here tomorrow, and it's going to be at, my 12 p.m.
And for me as well.
This is also, I believe it's Dallas, Texas, in terms of Central Time, I believe. I think it's Central Time for me.
No,
is it Mountain Time?
MDT for me.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, it's going to be the same time we started this stream today that we start every single time we do this. And rival gas stations, by the way, just for anyone as we go off. And also, Syntax, you got to vote for you to win between the fight between us, just letting you know. And with that, thank you guys for stopping by. We're actually going to head off now. I'll see you guys in our next stream or my next video on YouTube.
Enjoy, folks, and good night.
Chaotic Grub signing off. Everybody.